Hello, my name is Morgan Johnson, and what you are about to experience or read is what I went through, so let's get right into the story. Yesterday, on the first day of school, I was called down to the principal's office. When I was about to head back to my classroom, there was a huge crash outside. When I peeked out, I found an old beaten-up VHS tape on the concrete outside. I thought, boy, was that strange, but I picked it up anyways, and put it in my bag. When I got home, I took out the VHS tape and put it in the TV. This is where things started to really go downhill very quickly. The VHS tape said the Murderous Edd on it, so at first I thought it was some kind of sick joke, but I just kind of laughed at it. Laughed it off for a moment and put it in anyways. The episode started pretty normal, except the only strange thing in the theme song was that only two of the Eds were visible, that being Ed and Eddie. No Ed. What the heck, I thought? Or, what the heck? Where's Double D, I thought? When I got to the part of the song where all three Eds were supposed to say Ed, Ed, and Eddie, the thing that was very off was that this time all three of the Eds were out of the shot. No Ed, and no Eddie. Strange. When the episode finally started, it seemed pretty normal at first, but when I cut to Double D's house, I could tell in his tone of voice that he was nowhere near happy. He just looked and sounded very depressed. He slowly started to turn towards the camera and said, "Man, I wish that I could have some peace and quiet to myself right now, just this once." Then he started to walk to his closet and grab something in it. When he stepped back in his right hand, it looked like he was holding one of his own inventions. It looked like it was a baseball bat with spikes on each side. I laughed because it reminded me of the baseball bat in the game Granny. But I stopped laughing as soon as Double D said, "I always knew when this would finally come in handy." One day, eerie music played in the background. Once he had said this, I got chills after this. Then he left his house and headed to the park to meet Ed and Eddie. When he got there, out of nowhere, Eddie got him and said, "Hey, Sockhead, where were..." But before Eddie could finish his sentence, Double D pulled out the weapon and beat the heck out of him. Ed and everyone else heard the final screams, breaths, and moments of Eddie before he was killed. Ed was so scared that he screamed. Double D heard this and started to chase him until Ed unfortunately ended up running off a cliff. Double D was so happy that he didn't realize that the police were standing right behind him. He then turned around and saw them, and then jumped off the cliff to his death. After this, the episode ended. I then took out the VHS tape and snapped it in half. Then I threw it in the fire, never to be seen again. Goodbye.